Okay, this one I'm going to talk about deep dive into the intranet. So this is the intranet that we are using. So it's going to give you more insight about it. So you should read about peer learning day. Peer learning day is a day dedicated for you to learn with your peers, like other members. It's like a class, so they'll group you into classes, and then you can talk about things in that class, that live video that you'll be hosting. So the dashboard of Shell, which is this one, project and tax. These are the planning. So the planning, if we look at the planning, um, yes. So this on the 23rd, these are the tasks that are ready. That you This is the current day, right? So these ones are deep blue are the ongoing tasks that are still on their first deadline, and this one that is light blue is already on second deadline, or it has passed. So this one it has passed second deadline. So this is when it has not passed second deadline, that's the first deadline date. And here it's the second deadline, and here it has passed the second deadline. You see that it's no more here again. So these ones are still in the first deadline, and then once they become light blue, they are on their second deadline already. And you see that here. You see that here. This VI over here is becoming light blue, which is this VI over here. So on the second, it will become second. It will be on second deadline. I hope you understand. And then these are the peer learning days where you'll be doing video call with your other members. And then this one is when they have events, and then I think there's also one for evaluation. So this is your planning to see, and then this one will be your projects. And presently we are talking about deep drive into intranet. You can see them here, and then this place would be question and answer review. You can review other people's work, curriculum here, concepts, conference room, server, Slack, and other things. I won't be going through it thoroughly, but there's a video on these links that explain everything. What the checker does, the checker check your code if it's correct. Then it won't score you, but to check if your code is correct. And then this is the scoring, how you are being scored, which is 100% for first deadline, 65% for second deadline, 50% after the deadline is over. And then how you can review other people's work. Okay, so let's just go through the quiz, and then so for the first question is everything. In the intro video, we import the time module and use sleep. Blah 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 blah. Good sleep. So good sleep can maximize problem solving skill, and so you need to be sleeping very well. I know he likes to make you not to sleep very well, but you need to try. Poor sleep is linked to depression, all those things. And what is the preferred development environment? We are using Ubuntu. Ubuntu. Ubuntu is what we use majorly on Slack, and then the third one is they gave you you have to calculate what score you will get if in case you have a project, 4 tasks. You are given 4 tasks in the project. Three are mandatory, each 10 points, and one is optional. It means 3 are mandatory and one is optional. It means 3 will be 100% and the optional will be 100% in the first deadline. So you finish the first two. So it means you finish this one, you finish the second one during the first deadline. So it means you do 3 divided by 100, right? So that will give you like 66 point something. So we have 66 in the first deadline. You've got 66. You finish the third tax before the second deadline. So the third tax, which is supposed to be 33.33, right? You finish in the second deadline, which is 50%. You get, so 50% of 33 should give you like 18 or so. So if you add that to 66, you have 78, 80, like 84 or so, or something like that. And then you finish the last one, which is the optional. at third deadline, you get. So that one will be 100, will be 50%. So 50 plus that 80 will be 130, something like 132, something like that, you get. So that's how that one is gotten. What is the purpose of the checker? To score your project, it will score you, and then to check your code. Majorly it's this check your code. After it has checked your code, then it will then score you that you got it right, you get. So but it will not grade you yet, or it will later on grade you after the deadline is over. It won't grade you immediately. It will just call you that you got it, and then a grade will now be given to you after the deadline is over. When will the checker details be available to me? After the deadline, so only in the first few projects. And then where can I find a summary and details of my score? You see it on the dashboard. You click, this is where you see the dashboard, and then you see one eye icon at this place, and click on it, and then you'll be able to see it. So how can I interact with the sandbox? You use SSH or web terminal or SFTP. This web terminal is what we'll be using the most, but SSH is when you can connect it to external development environment. So when should I use the checker? I will develop and test my code myself. The checker is there to confirm the checks. So you do it, and then the checker will confirm. What is the aim of PLD? Like I said, PLD is to empower peers, to ensure each and everyone of our peers understand the content, to share your thoughts, to ensure everyone is collectively growing in technical blah blah blah. So I can learn best by what? Having another person explain it to me, doing and explaining it to other person, right? Because when you are doing something, you are learning more. When someone is explaining to you, you are learning more. When you are explaining to other people, you are learning more, you get. So what are the elements of PLD? Whiteboarding, share, group message, everything are part of the element of PLD. What is the purpose of captain's log? Captain's log is where you write about every week. You tell them, oh, I have this challenge, I have this challenge. So it's, if there's any issue, it will be able to flag it, to let the team will be knowing how you are doing with time, to reflect on your learning journey, and then your learning journey is reflected on. And then what are the steps of Feynman's techniques? We have 4 steps. Choose a concept you want to learn about. 2, explain it to a 12-year-old. Then 3, reflect, refine, and simplify. Only when you can explain the subject in terms do you understand it, and then organize the review. So you see that concept somewhere here. So that's it. So we are in number 13, and then that one is what happens when I choose the web terminal. When I close the web terminal window tab, when you close the window tab like this, what happens? The process will remain running in background. That's what happens. So what time is the foundation? Foundation is 9 months, and then you would for the last 3 months, then you will decide which part you want to focus on. What should you do when you have time left in the PLD? Look into previous concepts, interpret project, code challenges, and then you run your checker, and then put to say done, and that will be all. Follow for more. See you in the next video.